So in the last video we went through the process of picking out the different sporting events that we're going to do around Europe and Asia. So we used the wheel to do this, and we are going to Hyrox Dubai on the 2nd of September. We're going to do a half marathon in Warsaw on the 24th of September. We're going to do Hyrox Milan on the 7th of October, and then the Amsterdam Marathon on the 15th of October. So in this video I'm going to go through the process and the plan and preparation that I'm going to do leading up to the event in terms of training, nutrition, and then everything else in between. But before that, I'm going to kick on with some of the goals that I have for this training block. So goal number 1 is to really work on building up a strong aerobic base and stamina. The next goal is to build up strong leg power and endurance. Then I want to get comfortable on the long run so it can gradually reduce the pace with the distance and then recover faster. The goal is to have nutrition and recovery spot on so it can stay consistent and injury free, and then also to get to a race weight of 72 kilos. So I'm currently sitting at 77 now, so another 5 kilos to lose before I crack on with the races. We just went through the goals there really quickly. Now let's talk about what I'm going to do on a week-to-week basis when it comes to the training. So I'm going to aim to have 6 sessions per week. 3 to 4 of them are going to be runs. 2 of them will be strength and conditioning in both upper body and lower body. And then I'm going to alternate week on week between interval sessions and then compromised running sessions. So if you don't know what compromised running sessions are, it's essentially what Hyrox is based on. It's a run, exercise, run, exercise, run, exercise for a sustained period of time. So an example of a session like this is where I'll do, say, a 1k run on the treadmill and then do lunges in between, and then another 1k run, then with a different exercise afterwards, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be important for building the body up for Hyrox, but also increasing that fitness level as well. So let's run through the goals that I'm aiming for as well, and let's talk about how I'm going to go about trying to achieve them. So the first goal is building up a strong aerobic base and stamina. So the way I'm going to do this is essentially follow the 80-20 rule, where I'm going to keep 80% of my runs at really easy and steady pace, and then 20% of my runs at, say, a high intensity pace. These would be either the compromised running sessions or the interval sessions. And the goal about this is to really kind of keep consistent with training, not to kill myself in every run so I can recover faster. But it also really helps build up the aerobic system, where I get more efficient at getting oxygen around the body, wastage out, and then just get the heart rate down on the faster runs too, therefore getting more efficient and faster on my runs. So there's some really great content online as well about the aerobic and anaerobic systems, which I highly recommend you go and check out. There's also a great book I'm reading at the moment called The Science of Running, and it really runs through the aerobic and anaerobic system, how the body works when it comes to running, and how we can optimize our training as well to be more effective and efficient with our running. So then let's talk about goal number 2, which is building up leg power and leg endurance. So this is going to be massively important because Hyrox is really demanding on the legs, with the sleigh pushes, the sleigh pulls as well, the lunges, the running and the wall balls. And essentially running a marathon too and getting the distance to do that also is really tough on the legs. So building up a strong foundation, let's call it, of strong legs will really help push me through the Hyrox sessions, but also carry me through the long runs too and get faster on the interval sessions. So to do this, I'm going to be doing a lot of squats, and both high rep, low weight, and then low weight, high rep even. Made a bollocks of that, but you get the point. I'm also going to do a lot of kind of push exercises too, so a lot of sleigh pushes. I'll be doing some lunges, some wall balls too, a bit on the hammies, so hamstring curls, deadlifts also, and I'll be doing some upper body work also, just to make sure that I have a strong upper body when it comes to Hyrox, as it involves a lot of pull exercises. And it really helps having a strong core and upper body too when it comes to running, as it really keeps the posture good through the long runs and the short runs, therefore taking a lot of the work off the legs. So then let's talk about goal number 3, which is getting more comfortable on the long runs. Being honest, I hate long runs. I hate running slow for sustained periods of time. But it's just one of them things that has to be done. And that's what I'm going to try to do as well. It's just be consistent with the long runs. I'll be aiming to get out every Sunday and do 20k plus. And I think nutrition and hydration here is going to be essential. So I'll be aiming to get a gel in, get the salt tablets in, and then keep, hydrated through the races, just to make sure that they are as enjoyable as they can be. Then what's the plan for recovery? So the main goal with recovery is to do the basics right. That involves getting enough sleep, getting enough food, and then recovering after the easy sessions and keeping them sessions easy as well. So after the hard sessions, so the long runs, the interval trainings, the compromised running sessions, I'm going to aim to get an ice bath in or get the compression boots on as well to get the blood flowing in the legs. I'll be aiming to get to the recovery rooms every week as well, just to keep on top of the recovery. And I'll be aiming to get a sports massage in every month just to get rid of any niggles before they creep up. I like to think of the sports massage as an NCT where you go, you get the massage, but it's also a great way to check if there's any kind of upcoming injuries and to get rid of them ASAP. So let's talk about nutrition. So nutrition is going to be key to training, to ensure I'm fueled up, recover well, but also to keep the weight down during the training block. So based on my Garmin, I burn about 3,000 calories per day, which is about 21,000 per week. So to keep a deficit, I'm going to be aiming to consume about 2,500 calories per day, with a cheat meal every week consisting of an additional 100 calories. So therefore I should have a deficit on a weekly basis of about 2,500 to 3,000 calories per week. So to really get my nutrition in, I'll be aiming to have 4 good solid meals a day. That will consist of breakfast, lunch, an afternoon snack and dinner. Each meal consisting of about 500 to 600 calories, a combination of veg, meat and a carb. I'm being quite honest, I have a bit of a sweet tooth as well, so I'll be aiming to stay away from the snacking, because once I have a dairy milk or a Yorkie bar, I'll probably have about 3 or 4. So let's try keep away from the temptation. So water and hydration here is also going to be key. I'll be aiming to get about 4 litres in a day. And then on the long runs, also recovery, nutrition is going to be key. So I'll be aiming to get a gel in every 7k just to keep the glucose in the body. So we talked about nutrition, the training plan and the structure, but let's talk about how I'm going to balance this into my life. Which, I mean, I have a family, a demanding job, and then a YouTube channel to manage as well. So time is invested in other places, to say the least. But to make sure that, I suppose, this training doesn't eat into my life, I'll be aiming to get all my sessions done in the morning, so I can spend time with my family. I can dedicate more time then to work as well, and just make sure I don't slip off performance wise there. So work can be demanding as well. Sometimes I'll have to go over the normal hour, so I'll leave a bit of time in the afternoon as well and evening to crack on and get that done. And I mean, again, it's all about balance. Some days there's going to be more time dedicated to work, to training, more time dedicated to family and things like that. So I'll try to stay as consistent as possible during the training block. And then, look, if shit hits the fan, for a better want of word, it's just move on to the next day and then just restart again. So that is my training plan leading up to all these events that I'll be doing from September to October. I'd love to get your feedback on what you think I could do additionally, what you think I shouldn't do, what you think was useful from this video. Also, if you'd like to cover maybe that topic in a bit more detail, but also love to get your feedback as well. But with that said, that's the end of this video, and we'll see you on the next one.